Paul Henson, a Nebraska native, grew up on a dairy farm near Lincoln. He graduated from the University of Nebraska with an engineering degree. He served his country during World War II as an Air Force fighter pilot.
It takes, I suppose, a certain amount of courage and certainly the undertaking of an element of high risk to want to pursue, that particular field of aviation.
Having the courage to take risks is what contributed to Mr. Henson's phenomenal success as a businessman. Starting at an entry-level position in the telephone business, he quickly rose up the ranks in the communications industry.
Paul conducted his life like the fighter pilot he once was. He had great confidence in himself, had confidence in his crew.
That confidence in himself and in the people he worked for opened the doors for him to completely change the landscape of the telecommunications industry. In the late 50s, Henson began building the troubled United Utilities Company into the very successful United Telecommunications.
Paul's ability to conceptualize put him in a different position than most people.
And he had such extraordinary leadership qualities that he could convince people of the vision.
In the early 70s, it was Mr. Henson's vision of the great potential of fiber optics that led him to propose building a $2.5 billion nationwide long-distance fiber optic network. In 1986, he orchestrated United Telecom's merge with GTE Sprint Corporation. By 1988, Mr. Henson realized his dream by fully implementing a national all-digital fiber optic network.
Paul was about as complete a person, certainly as complete a man as I'd ever known. He had all facets of what I think a good person should have. Loved family, loved his business work, loved community, loved to have fun.
Mr. Henson was a unique business leader. He knew the people he worked with. He was willing to share his resources and his knowledge to help others grow.
People say that we at United care. Dadgummit, we do care. We care about every one of you. We want every one of you to do your level best, to follow a career path that takes you just as high as you can go. And we want to help you do that.
Mr. Henson's service extends far beyond the business world. He was generous with his time and willing to give whatever he could to make Kansas City a better place.
I learned a lot from Paul. He just didn't say no. If there was a need, he'd take it on. No matter how busy he was, he'd find a way to do it.
I always think of Paul Henson as being a good steward. He always seemed to return back to the community proportionately to what he'd received.
Mr. Henson received many awards for his service to the community. He served on the boards of several local and national organizations. After serving as the Chief Executive Officer of United Telecom for 25 years, Mr. Henson retired. In retirement, he took another job, this time as CEO of Kansas City Southern Industries.
It was a combination, I think, of great skill on his part, and particularly his leadership abilities, that made him so extraordinarily successful.
Kansas City Junior Achievement Business Hall of Fame laureate Paul Henson.